just wanted to send out a shout out and tell everybody y'all are doing awesome. So, at this point in the semester, you should have already read the book. You have turned in your phase one, your idea for your project, and now you're thinking about how's it going to look? Okay, how am I going to lay this project out? And so that's where semester project phase two comes in to help you with some of these thoughts. So I'm in week three. Same thing. We're going to be working on chapter three. We're going to be working on chapter four. Those Dropbox assignments from the hands-on practice inside your book are all due, and you guys have been doing an awesome job with that. So let's talk about this phase because this is really important. So I'm going to go into this semester project phase two, and let's take a look at what we have to do. You have three assignments for this project phase to do this Monday. Okay, so the very first one, let's look at it and see what it's all about. Semester project phase two planning analysis sheet. What this is just building on what you have already submitted me. So take your planning sheet that you originally wrote me because you put your website goal on it. You describe that goal of your website. If you have a name, go ahead and list the name. That might be important to go ahead and throw that in there. You already told me what results that you wanted to see. You know, who's your audience, what kinds of things are you wanting to tell people. So you're already telling me these things. I want you to list the working titles of each page of your website. So you're going to have the 4 pages and a contact page corresponding to those 5 pages. And I want to know what's the name of the page that's going to contain your form. So your website has to have a form on it, and that form has to invoke some server-side processing. Now, I give you free scripts, and when we get to chapter 9, this will all be clear as mud. So don't stress over it right now. Just write it out and give it your best thoughts about what kinds of information do I want to collect on my form. Well, it's obvious. You might want to collect a first name, a last name, and an email address. Those are pretty important things to have when you're wanting to have communication with other people. You might want them to rate your website. You might want to have collect some comments from them. You might want to have drop down boxes to pick, are they a veteran, or if you're collecting information or want to know, what war did you serve or did you not serve in a war and you're just a visitor. There's all kinds of information that forms allow us to collect. So you might want to start thinking about that because I need to know, what are you thinking? Describe how the form will process and the input information. So the input information, that's the information I'm telling you. What are you wanting to collect? Now the form will process. That is something that we have not got into, but you can be thinking about, how do I want to store this information? Do I want it to go to a database? I used to allow students to send it to an email address, but that is not kosher anymore. So we will process our forms either with the free scripts, or I also give you an option to use some free form processing, like with JotForm or FormBuddy. So if you're wanting to build your own form, or you're wanting to use a free form out there on the internet. So just, give me some information about that. And what content information do you need? Where will you obtain those facts? Okay. I still am looking for. I know a lot of you guys didn't put in to your text, your graphics. You're doing sound or you're doing video. Some of that information I'm looking for is, what are you putting in your web pages? What kinds of things are you adding to that? Okay. The phase two rubric for this, it does go in here and gives you some more information. So, and on the facts, let me point this out, that on your content, I asked you in the first phase to give me 2 sources of content, and now I want you to give me 4 sources of content. Okay, so you can take those first 2 websites that you gave me in the original and add to it, because I'm wanting to know, hey, do you have some websites that you can visit that have got information that you're going to be grabbing off of. Okay, and I want to know where you're getting it. Okay, so that sitemap. Here's just a real simple, quick example of a sitemap. Okay, it's not set in stone, it's just an example. Your index page, you will always, always, always call your home page index.html. And if you notice, all of my page names are lowercase. And so we never put uppercase, we never put special characters, and we never put spaces in our HTML names of our pages, okay? And we don't call them page 1, 2, 3, and 4. We give them an actual name so we know when we are working on them that we're working on the right page, okay? You can see some different sitemaps, and I know that those were in Chapter 5, and that was something that we covered at the beginning of the semester. I used, believe it or not, I think I used SmartArt with Word to create this sitemap. So it is just that easy. Okay, so here's the sitemap rubric. Is it organized? Does it list all 5 pages? And I'm not really looking for the mechanics of it. I just need to see that it's clearly labeled. Okay, now your wireframe. Your wireframe is just an idea of what's the page going to look like. Are you going to put it in a wrapper? Are you going to make your page go from side to side, top to bottom on your screen? So if you do that, you really don't need a wrapper. Are you going to make it where the header is on top and the nav is running on top as well, or the nav's running down the side, or the footer only goes to the edge of the main, or the footer goes all the way across? I mean, now I will tell you this. This is not set in stone. So if you do this wireframe and you start coding on your page and it changes, guess what? Just update your wireframe and send it to me. You do not have anything set in stone until you submit this final project at the end of this semester. So I allow you, if you make changes on your wireframe or you make changes on your sitemap, shoot, just send me a update and tell me what you've redone or redrew, and I'm good with it. I just need to see that you update your wireframe or update your sitemap. That's all I ask. Okay, so none of these things are set in stone until, like I said, the final project. And so what I'm looking for in your wireframe, I'm looking for a logo area. I'm looking for your navigation area. I'm looking for your content area, your footer area, and I want to make sure that your wireframe is organized and easy to read and easy to understand. Okay, I've seen people color them. I've seen them add colors. I've seen people just real simple do it just as neat and quick as this one is. And so how did I do it? If I remember correctly, I did this one in Word as well. So I opened up a blank page and I just added in layers upon layers of drawn text boxes, I think, or maybe some sort of shape. Anyway, real simple. Just pick what you want to use: word processor, PowerPoint, Visio, other software. I've had people do them in Adobe, so I'm good. However you want to turn them in, just make sure that I can understand them, that they're a file that I can open. Don't send something to me that is specific for a very specific type of computer, because I'm only in the Microsoft world. So just send something to me that I can understand. If you have any questions, hey, send me an email, send me a text, or a reminder. I'll be happy to go over this. Back to the semester project phase 2. Each one of these is its own Dropbox. So when you do your planning analysis sheet, here's the Dropbox that corresponds with it. If you do your own if you do your wireframe, here's the Dropbox for your wireframe, and then here's the Dropbox for your sitemap. Okay, like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to answer anything you need me to.